says honey is not an option. To me, the only two sweeteners, well, there's actually three sweeteners that I would tell people is okay to use. Local honey or raw organic honey, that's one to me. Or maple syrup, 100% pure, organic, real maple syrup, guys.
From the Vermont trees.
That's right. Or organic stevia from the stevia plant. Okay? A lot of people don't like the taste, but it's still a healthier option. So the one thing that I want people to stay away from, of course, are all artificial sweeteners.
Anything processed.
Okay?
They have to cook it and heat it. And well, kind of maple syrup's a little bit processed too, but it's...
But it's just where it needs to be. It's just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've been using maple syrup forever as well.
I wonder why. I want to just put my mouth to the tree one day.
What we can.
Can we?
We can, but here's even, all right, I don't do dairy, okay? But even milk. If I was on my grandmother's farm 50 years ago in Italy, I would have probably let that cow spit in my mouth some milk just to try it.
Oh, yeah.
It was real. It was raw.
Well,
they won't really allow a lot of that in this country anymore.
And, see, but that's when...
Right.
That's when the cow, when you knew the cow. See, I feel, I don't mind. If you have a chicken at home, and
I agree with you.
If the chicken is your chicken and you know what the chicken is eating,
I agree with you.
And you're feeding the chicken and you know what that and that chicken's giving you eggs, at least you know.
I agree.
That chicken is okay, but the problem is the animals and what they're eating.
That's right, and how they're treated.
Why is 88% of our corn now genetically modified?
GMO.
To feed animals.
That's right. Soy and corn, 90, it's up to like 95% now. All corn and soy in this country.
And do you know that all the dead pigs and all the pigs that die of disease that are on the farm, they chop them up and feed them to the pigs?
Okay.
Diseased pigs.
What he's saying, guys, is absolutely fact. He's not giving you an opinion or something he read. He's done the research, so have I. I've been in slaughterhouses all over the world. What he is saying is absolutely fact. If anybody ever really, really wants the truth about all this kind of stuff, you can get in touch with him, Robert Parker, or Bobby BUNZ, Raw Food City. You can get in touch with me. We'll give you all the facts you need. Let's talk about that for a minute. Did you ever hear this? Because I've heard this recently. I was in, I'm not going to say the name of the store, but a natural store. And somebody was in there giving tastes. They had the table set up and they were giving tastes, okay? So I walked by and this really nice woman says to me, "Oh, would you like a sample?" And I said, "Oh, what is it?" And she tells me, and I say, some herb, granola, nonsense, whatever. And I said, "Oh," I said, "is it raw?" "No." And I said, "Oh, is it non-GMO? Is it organic?" And she goes, "Oh, it's natural." I go, "No, that doesn't mean anything to me." I said, "Let me see." So I read it, of course, just because I felt like entertaining her. And I tell her, "No, it's not. And I think you should know this, especially in this store. People are going to ask you." And I explained the difference to her. I actually respected this lady. She turned around and said to me, "You know what? My favorite food is McDonald's and Burger King, and I don't care. I'm not going to stop eating it." And I hugged her. And I said, "I respect you for your honesty." So let's talk about that. So even when people know the truth, what makes them say, "I don't care"? What do you think?
Oh, man. I was like that, too, in the beginning.
Why?
I fought with it for years. Like, I knew in 2010, when I was introduced to my mentor, Dan, and I watched his videos and I did the juice fast, it took me 6 years after that moment, back and forth, vegan, vegetarian, standard American diet. I was back and forth, fighting myself for years and years.
Why, though?
And just
why?
Not wanting to believe it, because I was happy with chicken nuggets and burgers and booze and everything that I wasn't ready for that life change, and I needed a punch in the face for me to change, and that was my brother getting diagnosed with cancer and then dying.
That's right.
And it wasn't until him telling me that you're going to die before me, while he was riddled with cancer and about to die, because we slept with each other. We went to Florida. We went to one of his bucket lists was to see spring training in Florida. So he's dying of cancer, and we're in the same hotel, and he doesn't sleep, and he goes up to me and goes, "Bob, you're gonna die before me."
Okay.
And that was the eye opener for me from there on out. And from that day, I was like, I'm done eating.
Okay.
And I needed that. It's like some people just need, like he was Jesus to me. Like that's how I look at it. Like he was Jesus Christ to me. Like he died for me.
Okay.
Because he gave me that gift.
Hold that thought. I want to say hello to everybody that's out here. Okay. Dario, hey, sweetheart. I want to say hi to everybody that's out here. Hey, Ronald, Joey, John, Angela, sir. Good morning from Australia. There's no sound?
It's fixed.
Oh, the sound is fixed, guys. Sorry. There was no sound? For how long did we not have sound? For real? Okay.
I was on fire too. It was just mute.
Don't burn. Don't burn again.
Oh my God.
Okay, so we had no sound.
We're back though.
We're back, guys. So what did you guys
did
miss?
record it, though.
Everything?
Let's do a summary, Bob, of what you said.
All right. So, well, let's just at least tell everyone who you are again.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I'm Bobby BUNZ from Raw Food City, and I was 325 pounds, and I lost 150 pounds with the whole food plant-based diet.
All right, so guys, we want to inspire, we want to encourage, we want to let everybody out there know that I'm going to say something that you probably will maybe laugh at or say, yeah, right, Jer, but it's the truth. Pretty much any disease out there, we can help you cure through food. Yes?
Oh, 100%.
Talk about
Do
that.
not, if you're taking medicine right now, if you're obese, do not count on the doctors healing you with medicine, because that is just a Band-Aid. They're just, whatever medicine they give you is just a Band-Aid. You have to reach deep inside and
Okay.
fix the problem through food.
Yes.
100% through food. And the best way to do it is really let your body heal, and that's through fasting. So definitely fasting and food is the beginning of your healing process. So do not, and doctors aren't taught nutrition, 100%. They
Oh, they are. Oh, they are. Didn't you know they have, I think it's like 13 hours of nutrition they're taught.
Out of all the years of college.
Okay? 13 hours.
13
guys.
hours.
Yes.
And they know the anatomy, they know how to prescribe you medicine. They know the symptoms. They deal with the symptoms.
They're there for emergencies. I say it all the time.
Yeah. And that's really what I wanted to get out there, is that your life could change in a blink of an eye. It's just 4 days your life can change. All you have to do is just start juice fasting, start bringing in foods that are real foods that aren't cooked and destroyed. Like, start your journey with juices, smoothies, and salads. Like, in just a week, your mind's going to be blown just by doing that. Juices, smoothies, salads, that's it. Don't listen to all the hype about sugar. Simple sugars, your body understands simple sugars. Your body will get used to it. I promise you, it's life-changing. I lost 150 pounds, and with no surgery, no pills, no nothing, just plants. Plants. And don't listen to anybody tell you different, because there was people telling me, "Oh, it's too much sugar. Oh my God, what are you drinking? You're gonna die."
Wait, let me say something about that. Okay, beautiful. It was too much sugar, because when we do our juice fast, too much sugar from the real plant, from the real piece of fruit. But they didn't care if you were drinking a whole giant bottle of soda every day. They never once said that to you, right?
Yeah.
No, really.
Really?
Okay, they didn't care.
Yeah.
No one would ever say that.
It's diet soda.
Yeah, no one would say that.
By the way, do you know that diet soda has the same effect?
Worse.
Your body reads fake sugar like
As
real
heroin.
sugar. Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just straight chemical poison.
Your body cannot distinguish. Guys, I'm the author. I'm not an addict. I'm just an ass. Listen carefully. I know everything about addiction. If anybody out there struggling with addiction and really, really wants to be cured forever, I can cure your so-called disease through diet. Okay? And I'm not kidding. Okay? Your body cannot distinguish the difference between table sugar, that's in everything, all the garbage, high fructose corn syrup, right, in the sodas, everything, and heroin. It thinks you're doing heroin. Opiates, yes.
Yeah. And that's what it is. I mean, it's just constant. Please just listen to us. But you got to want it. Like, if you're listening to us right now, you're definitely on the fence. So any type of... Follow me now on Raw Food City on my YouTube channel. I'm doing a 100-day fast, and I'm on day 16 right now. No food at all. And I'm constantly putting up videos and inspiring people to just fast. Because really, what our bodies want is not to eat all the time. Our bodies are designed to fast. It's in every Bible. It's in every religion. It's in every single country, and we all know about it. And, you know, kings and queens would die before the servants back in the day because they were gluttons.
That's right.
And everybody lives like a king and queen today. Everybody, even poor people, live like kings and queens today because they're eating all the time. Whether it's something that costs $1 or $100, they're constantly eating. And you'll find peace through fasting, and your body gets used to it right away, by the way. People say to me, oh my God, I can't believe you haven't eaten 16 days. If I just took 16 minutes, I'd kill myself if I didn't eat. Okay. And I'm like, but wait a minute. Don't sell yourself so short. You can fast. Your body gets used to it instantly. You'll be so surprised after the first day of not eating. Like, if you really believe in juice fasting or water fasting or dry fasting, if you really want the hardcore stuff, your body gets used to it immediately. You'll feel so good, so fast. You'll find, just by having the cojones to do it, after the first few days, you'll be like, oh my God, he was right. Or, oh my God, I can't believe I've been lied to.
Yes.
You've really figured out that you've been kind of duped from big business because they want you to eat. They want, when it really, the rabbit hole is deep, but I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible.
I know. It's very difficult for us. Listen, I've been quiet. It's very difficult because we want to say so much more than we can say right now.
Yeah.
The rabbit hole is so deep. We want to keep the show on.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So
that's how deep it is.
That's how deep it is. So we're trying to tell you a little bit here and then trying, let me tell you about my journey with fasting, okay? So I'm going to be 58 years old, so this is going way back. I was in my late 20s, maybe 30 years old, okay? And I was very sick. I was about 100 pounds. I was very thin, colon cancer, beginning stages of that. My body was so sick. And I made a decision because I watched my mom's family. Most of them died of colon and breast cancer, which I ended up getting as well. So I watched them all die growing up. And I thought, I don't really want to listen to the doctors. So I found a man who is still alive, guys. He was probably in his late 50s. He was probably my age then, and his name is George Malcolmus, okay? Hallelujah Acres. And I found him back then, and I went to Tennessee, and I studied under this man. And they sent him home to die. They told him that his colon cancer metastasized into his bones, and he was going to be gone very shortly, a couple months maybe. And he decided not to listen to that, and he learned about fasting, and he cured himself. The man is still alive today. So that was close to 30 years ago. He's still alive today.
Unbelievable.
That's right.
Your body heals itself.
That's right.
You just have to give it a chance.
That's right.
And that's what people don't realize, that digestion takes so much energy for your body to digest, especially stuff like glues, like breads and meats and dairy. It just we're not meant to eat that stuff.
No, we're not.
Um,
No, we're not.
We're really not. I mean, as much as you want to believe it, because I know how good a burger was, but now there's substitutes for all of that. There's no excuse really to not be able to do this, because it was very easy for me to start that plant-based world because of all the substitutes. Anytime I wanted a chicken nugget, there was a fake chicken. Anytime I wanted a burger, there was a plant-based burger. I just went that route. Then I realized that it was all about the sauce anyway, and it was all about the spice, because you'll never eat something raw, right? You'll never eat like a raw piece of chicken. You had to cook it and process it and spice it. It was the same thing with plants. Like, once I figured that out, I was like, oh my God, okay, this is easy. But you have to, back to digestion. That's why you fast, because you give your body that time to heal. Because it's constantly, it does so much work to push that food through the tubes. And it's constantly, and the way the standard American diet, if you're eating 3 times a day, that's minimal, right? I used to eat like 6 times a day. I was always eating. I was grazing all day long with BS. Thinking I was eating small portions, you know, that there was like that quick phase that, you know, you're supposed to graze. Like you would lose weight if you ate little bits all day. No, it's the best thing is to give your body rest to digest.
Body a rest. Because fasting, let's tell them what fasting does. Fasting, this is why, guys, and you know, this is what I've always heard from people. How did you do it, Jared? Weren't you hungry? Here's what happens to your body. And
no, you're not hungry.
You're not hungry at all. This is what happens to your body, and this is what's amazing and why I'm here today. Okay? I went on severe fast. My first fast, listen, was a 30-day juice fast, but my second one immediately after was a 60-day water fast. I'm not telling anyone out there to go on a water fast. You have to know what you're doing. We can guide you in that. You cannot. Please don't do what I just said, okay? I studied it, and I learned it, and I was able to do it.
Plenty of places out there to assist you.
That's right. That's right. So when I went on a 60-day water fast, I even brought a home colonic system into my home. I mean, I did it. I was serious about it, and it saved my life. What happens to your body is this.
I'm going tomorrow for that, by the way.
I went today.
Colonic?
Yeah, because I'm going to talk about that, too. It's right here in Hamilton now.
Nice.
Jen Ress, okay? She owns it. It's unbelievable. I went today at noon. So anyway, and I told her we were going to mention her because I was there today. I would remember, and you just brought it up.
Oh, cool. Nice.
All right, so this is what happens to the body, guys. When you're sick, right, your body may have tumors inside. Your body is it's just dying inside. It really is when we're sick, because until you can really fix the core of it, you're going to be sick forever. So it just keeps going and going and going. So like he said, a doctor will help you for emergencies, but then it's just a Band-Aid for this right now, but now this is causing this over here, and this is causing this over here. So the concept of fasting is this. When you starve yourself, your body still needs to eat, and it will start eating off of itself. The brilliant thing about our body is this. Our body will eat away the disease and the sick cells
garbage
first.
Yes,
There
all
you
the
go.
garbage.
It eats it away.
All the disease.
That's right.
So anything that's wrong with you, the body considers it
right.
weak. Like, so it's just going to eat that first.
That's right.
Like, that's
how brilliant our bodies were made. Think about that.
Yes. Yeah, because it knows, he goes, oh, look at this guy trying to do something. I'm just going to just munch away on it. So that's why fasting is so important.
Yes.
And it's in our we're designed, our bodies are designed not to eat. The winter never comes in America anymore.
No, there you go. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like, we're
Okay.
kind of like bears. Like, you know, the only reason why we gain weight is for a fast.
That's right.
So anytime you have any type of body weight on you, that means you're built to fast.
Well, I want to say something real quick. I want to say something about that. When I was at my sickest, I was my thinnest. I'm a little overweight, and I'm going to take it because I fast every year for 30 days. My body is trained now to say, wait a minute, this lady's going to starve herself. I'm okay with that. I'm healthy. I am fit. I'll be 58 years old. You know, I don't take any meds. I don't go to doctors, nothing. Okay? Listen to what we're telling you.
Yeah.
Listen to what we're telling you, guys. It's not about the weight. It's about the health. It's about the health.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Tell them. We want to help them.
Get excited if you're heavy.
How about a bear?
You know, yeah,
Keep
because
talking about that.
Because believe it or not, if you're 100 pounds overweight, and a lot of people are now,
But that's a lot.
you know, it is a lot, but it is.
We're not talking obesity where it could kill you.
But if you are overweight, if you just have 20 pounds to lose, you are ready to fast.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's only the people who are really thin
Yes.
that
But I had to.
should have assisted fasting.
And I did have assisted.
Yeah.
Or I was going to die.
Because they check your electrolytes and they're always
Yeah.
like, you know, up on you. But believe it, like, you do not need to eat if you have fat on you, because your body's going to use that fat as energy.
That's right.
And it's going to take very little from muscles. In the beginning of a water fast, it's just the first few days that your body is pulling from muscle, and then
it hurts.
And then it knows it needs to go into the fat
That's right.
process. That's
That's
when you
right.
go into ketosis.
There you go.
And then you start using fat as energy. And if you're overweight, watch how amazing you feel during the fast. Like, you will have those lethargic moments,
Yes.
but that's just you healing.
You know.
That's just the dry skin going away, any type of acne, any type of diabetes, any type of tumors. The body will just eat that up.
Yes.
And that's the thing, like, do it now before disease happens. Before you're diseased. Like, do it now while you're healthy. You know, old people and people dying of cancer can't eat because why? Why can't they eat? Because they are in survival mode. Their body's in survival mode.
I want to read something from a friend from Australia. Australia's
Hello.
listening in, okay? Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
Angela, sorry, I love you, girlfriend. I got to meet her years ago at an amazing poker thing we did together. It was beautiful. So she says, she used to own and manage a juice bar called Tropical Delight over 10 years ago. She only used fresh fruit for the juice and smoothies and wheatgrass also. And you're right, so many franchises today use juice bars, concentrated sweet juices to mix in your smoothies, and you're right, it makes my blood boil too, and I'm sure it makes his blood boil.
Oh, it's terrible.
So even with that, guys, when you think you're getting healthy, you need to really ask what's in them, okay?
Oh.
If you're going
Yeah.
because you're just trying to get something a little bit healthier and you're okay with it, that's fine. But if you think it's as healthy as what you can make at home, it's not.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing, too. That's where
right.
the real life change happens, is you preparing everything. And that's why fast food is so
Yes.
popular, because it's fast. And that was the whole life change for me, because it was all preparation. It was all making sure I had the stuff for the next day.
I want you to touch base back on what you were saying. I don't know if they heard what you were saying about this. So when you were at your heaviest and sick,
Yeah. I was borderline everything.
what made you, but even then you said, even then when you knew, you still didn't.
I knew it.
So tell me what makes you not want to say, because I know it, I want to change right away, regardless of something life-changing. Tell us about that.
What, like when I was, the struggle, the
Yes.
6 years of going back and forth?
Yes.
I just didn't want to believe it. I really wanted to still live. You know, you're on this planet for so long, you know?
Go ahead.
And you get so comfortable in doing things that you enjoy, which was, for me, eating everything in sight and drinking. I really didn't want to not drink anymore.
I have a question, because when I
thought about that a lot. It was weird.
Okay, I have questions about that. I'm a nutritional health coach, guys, and I have a lot of people say things to me, and I can't comprehend it. So you're going to help me.
Okay.
So you were drinking, you liked it, you said, oh, we're only on this earth for a short time. You knew it was killing you. You were so obese. I knew you when you were obese, okay?
Yeah.
What happens in your mind? Where is the struggle? Is the struggle, I'm comfortable, even though I'm dying, I don't want to change? Or is the struggle, life is so short, I'm just going to do what I want. Who cares? I want to be happy right now.
All of the above.
Okay.
It really was. I mean, it not only Jeff dying of cancer, my
Yes.
brother, but it was more of a I kept telling myself that it was okay, and then finally when I started breaking down is when I really had to. So I had to get punched in the face. A lot of people got to get punched in the
But
face.
some people still don't care if they're punched in the face. You know how many people I see with a
I
tray
don't know
that
how-
put cigarettes inside the tray?
Yes, I don't understand
I
that.
don't understand that.
How does that? I see that didn't
Yes.
happen to me, and thank God
Okay?
that didn't happen to me. But I was so close to that.
This is what I say to people when they say to me, and you know what? I love my friends that make fun of me because they'll post really cool, funny stuff. You know, like someone posted one time and I reposted it. I thought it was great. If you really want to mess with a vegan while they're sleeping, put a half-eaten burger in their hand and take a photo of it in their bed. Like, you know, they ate that and didn't know. You know what I mean? Or, you know, plants are live and you're killing plants and, you know, that kind of thing anyway, right?
Yeah.
But this is what I say to people when they say to me, oh, Jared, life is short. You only have one life left. Be happy. This is what I say. But I am happy. See, when you're sick and tired, you're not happy.
You're really not.
I can't imagine being happy. I can't imagine being happy, obese, sick, tired. So I tell people all the time, it's okay if I die tomorrow because I know my Lord and Savior. I'm going to be happy in heaven anyway, but I don't want to live to 100 sick. I would rather, you know what I'm saying? So my journey on life is to, of course, inspire others and help others, and that's what we do through Hamilton Radio. But my journey on life is not to be sick, not to be tired, not to be obese, because to me, that's not happy.
Yeah, and to have that, and to lie to yourself every day.
Yes.
I found out that once I got healthy, once I'm here now, I realized that I was constantly lying to myself.
Okay.
Like I was like, oh yeah, I'm okay. Because I was fat and comfortable for a long time until it got uncomfortable. You know, until I started breaking down, and that's when you get into your 40s. So it's hard for it's hard for kids to even understand it, because I know a lot of young people who just still feel good.
Most of them today don't, because the sugar is so extreme
Oh, it
anymore.
is. It's getting worse.
It's nothing
no.
like it was when I was young. Imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was still feeling good and being heavy.
Okay.
Today is different, because I'm telling you, I don't know, maybe it happened to me. It happened to me quick though. I was just like, oh God, I was like going downhill fast. And doctors and surgery and all that stuff didn't even make sense to me. Yep. Because I've had friends, now I watched all this. Just like my grandfather dying of emphysema. That was my first real experience of a substance abuse kind of death. Because here he is smoking every day at 4 packs of cigarettes. He never had a cigarette that wasn't burning.
Isn't that something?
It was crazy. He was lighting cigarettes, and there was cigarettes burning in the ashtray.
Isn't that
still.
something?
So and then watching him die, because my father purposely brought me into the doctor's room to watch him die of emphysema. Like he was reaching out to me, help. It was at his last breath, and then he died the next day. I watched that. That was it for me for cigarettes. So here I am.
Did you ever smoke?
I did. I loved Marlboros. I was a cowboy.
Wait, you were a child when you saw that?
I was 20.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, no. I was 18.
Did you
It took
stop?
me years. No. I stopped, and then I went back, and I stopped, and I went back, and I kept thinking of him.
I don't get that.
It's crazy. Here I am. I just watched this guy die of emphysema, and I'm lighting up a cigarette.
I don't get that. Let's talk about that.
I don't know what goes on in the brain when you can actually watch someone die of obesity. Like that, even those 600-pound shows. Like, I feel like I could have been 600 pounds. I was actually watching what I ate at 300 pounds, because I could have easily been 600 pounds. But I don't even know how they get past 400. How does the human body do it?
My brother was over 600 pounds.
Holy cow.
My brother has lost over 350, 400 pounds now. My brother's doing amazing. All vegetarian, all mostly raws.
But you gotta want it.
But he wanted it.
You gotta want it. That's why the juice fast works so great, because you could still be active. You could still do what you could do during the day. You still go to work. Everything is working fine, and you feel so good. And it's just amazing.
But
the juice.
let's talk to this audience about what we do to ourselves mentally to make us think it's okay, because we have to.
Yeah,
listen,
what do we do?
We have to hit a nerve with them. We can say whatever we want.
Yeah.
Oh, we juice fast. Oh, I water fast. Oh my God, it's amazing. It saved my life. It saved his life. Right. Just like this.
Oh yeah, they're crazy. What are you, nuts?
No, I don't. And but they want to mentally believe we're crazy so that they don't have to step over that.
Yes.
And do it. So let's get into their minds. Let's try and make them understand. Like, we have a trigger. What kind of a trigger could we give them?
Just reverse the way you're thinking about everything.
Okay. How though? How?
Because instead of saying moderation, for instance, anytime you say, I'm going to do that in moderation, you know it's wrong. It's instant, right?
Okay. Wait. Let's talk about moderation. Let's talk about that.
Because anytime I say, oh, moderation, I know I shouldn't be doing it.
Okay.
Drinking wine, drinking coffee.
Let's talk about that. All right. Okay. So I've actually said to people that have said to me, you don't have to just cut that out totally. A little of it can't hurt. So wait a minute. If we ate a salad that was this big, could it ever hurt us?
Yeah, it may take some time to pass,
No,
but
you
no.
know what I mean? It can never hurt us. Right? It
No.
doesn't matter how much of the good stuff we intake, it can't hurt us. If you have to worry about something in moderation, that means you already know it's not good for you.
Yeah, as soon as you said the word.
Even this much of it is not good for you. So why do you want to put that in your body?
Yeah, and I've been doing the whole skin thing too. I think the skin's important too. Like, stop wearing deodorant.
Oh my gosh.
Stop. It's funny. The cleaner you get too, the less you need to worry about that stuff.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, anything you want put on your skin's the biggest organ that absorbs
right in
everything.
the bloodstream, instantly, guys, under your tongue.
People putting these creams on and these suntan lotions and these sun protection thing. Like,
we need the sun.
we need the sun. Don't lather yourself up with that crap. It's giving people cancer.
Oh my goodness.
That's the scariest thing. That's the thing, man. I just didn't want to die.
That's the thing.
I didn't want to die of cancer, man. I mean, when it really comes down to it, and obesity is one of the biggest cancer-causing diseases that are out there. And I was obese.
Rob Bell is listening in from PANJ Radio, guys. I have a show on PANJ Radio every other, it's going to be every other Wednesday soon. First Wednesday of the month is my show at 2 p.m., guys, okay? So tune in. Hey, Rob, love you, man.
And I knew a doctor wasn't going to heal me from cancer, because I knew that the doctors only had Band-Aids and they only had what they were given.
Yes.
And it doesn't work. I've watched people die. How many people do you know died of cancer? It's every time you turn around, someone's got cancer and someone's dying of cancer. You're going to a grave that's caused cancer. Like, everything is cancer. And I was like, there's got to be a better way. We're doing something wrong.
Yes. I always all right, we were talking about things making sense to us. So things have to make sense to me. Okay, I think, do we have a call? All right, we have a call, guys.
Bring it on in.
Here we go. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Who's calling?
Hey, it's Jay Miller.
Who?
Jay Miller.
Jay Miller?
Yeah.
Jay,
Yes,
how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Oh, now I
I'm
can hear.
listening.
Now I can.
Now
hear
I can hear you.
Hi,
Yes,
Jay.
yeah.
How are you?
Oh, you hear me now?
Yes,
I hear you now.
baby.
Yeah, I'm watching you. I'm listening to you talk about fruits and vegetables.
I love that. I love you, by the way.
And I just want to let you know, listen, you don't have to be fat to be unhappy. I'm skinny and unhappy.
Sure, that's true, baby.
Yeah, this is Jay Miller.
Hi, Jay Miller. I'm Geri Petito. How are you?
Jay Miller was one of the producers on Impractical Jokers.
Oh, well, hello. So, Jay Miller, I would like to be on that show one time. Like, I want to meet everybody. Hook it up, baby. Hook it up.
Nah, he got fired. Like
Oh, listen, yeah, I'd like to meet them too.
yeah.
Listen, we got to know somebody still. Everybody knows a guy, Jay Miller.
Everyone knows a guy, I'm sure. Well, listen, I'm happy for Bobby. I'm happy that he got thin and he's healthy, and it's good to see.
Yeah. So, Jay, are you still rocking all the gummy worms and the chocolate chip cookies and all that shit?
Oh shit, man! Oh, can I curse? Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
I've been trying to get off. I've been trying to eat better, but you know, it's hard. Yo, I got these banana chips, right? And then when I eat them, they're like delicious. But when I smell them, they smell like my feet. So I'm not sure what that's about. But I always have to smell them before I eat them, also, which I don't understand either.
So, all right, I want to tell you something. So, don't hang up. I'm going to share something with you, okay? And this might help you make your transition easier with healthier things, okay? So, before you called in, I was saying that things have to make sense to me. So, my dad passed away a year ago. He had Alzheimer's, and I watched this happen, and I remember things like this. I would feed my dad. He wouldn't even know if he was hungry. He wouldn't even know if he was full. He didn't know if he just ate, right? And I started even doing some studying with the brain, different brains, because I started thinking about that. And I said, our brains are so powerful that you could put so much food in your body, but if your brain is not healthy, it's not able to tell your body you're full or you're hungry.
Right.
Just think about what we do with our minds. So everything is mind over matter. So if we could just change our thoughts, the rest will come. Because the more we change our thoughts, our body starts listening to what our brain tells it. So if you could get into a way of telling your body how awful this is for it, or sugar is so bad, or this is going to kill me, if you do it enough, that might start helping you make some changes.
Yeah, like when those gummy worms are going to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, how long do I want to live?
That's what we were just talking about. Don't you want to live healthy? Listen, you could die tomorrow. That's okay. Me too, I say that. But I don't want to live 20 years sick.
Yeah.
I'd rather live 10 years healthy than 20 years sick. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. What are you going to do? Right?
So this guy on Impractical Jokers here, that was the best, the funniest one with him naked.
Oh, yeah. But, Jay, were you the one who got me on the show? Like, how did that happen? How did that all go down? I never really got the story on how you got me on the show. It was your kind of bit, right?
That was my bit, yeah.
That was a funny bit.
I mean, it's hard when you do revisionist history. I tend to think that I pitched the idea, but I think Sal might have pitched the idea.
Oh. Interesting.
I'm not sure who pitched it, but and I don't remember if Sal knew it was happening. So I don't remember. I don't remember who pitched it.
That's funny.
That was great, though.
But I'll take credit for it.
Well, it was awesome.
Yeah, and I love watching it now because the transformation.
It's unbelievable.
Because I was peaked out. I was at the heaviest I ever was on that episode.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
Fully naked. Yes. I can't even imagine. Now, wait a minute. You're talking about a room, like, there's like 60 people back there. Producers, camera people, like what? They're all watching my very unfriendly, flaccid, because
oh my God.
Me flaccid, it goes in, like, it hides.
Oh my God.
So I can't imagine the visual on the other end of that.
That's great.
I wish I had, like, some of that video.
Oh my God, you're such a good sport, though. Great.
But But just think, if you didn't eat like that, you would have never been on television. So you
There's
gotta look at
always
the
a
positives
reason.
of fast
Yes,
food.
exactly.
No, yeah.
But it's funny because Jay has a show called. He used to have a show called Mid Evenings. I hope it comes back into play.
Mid-evening?
Yeah, Mid Evenings with Jay Miller, and he also has a show that he does in the city.
Excuse me. Hello. I want to be on.
What?
Yeah. He has.
And what do you want to do? Eat
Anything.
fruit?
I don't care. Yeah, whatever. Get me on, baby.
But
I know a guy, honey, who knows a guy who knows a girl. Get me on.
But it's so funny. Really, the whole time I was doing the mid-evenings things, because I found out in 2010, I had the weapon in my pocket when I started juice fasting. It was 2010.
Okay.
That's when I kind of started doing the whole mid-evening thing with Jay. I was like almost on every episode with him, being the fat guy. So the whole time I was being the fat guy, I knew that there was going to be a before and after picture of that. Like, the whole time I was doing all the fat stuff, I knew deep inside I was going to be the skinny guy. It was only a matter of time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And now there's a great video that Sullivan did, Liz, that it was I'm fat. It was for mid-evenings. And it just watching that video, it was all like fat moments of me because I was fat, you know. I was a
That's
fat
so
guy.
cool, though.
So it's just great. I want to like redo that whole video in the skinny body, like the whole running on the boardwalk with the Barnyard Boys. That whole thing was just running out
Like
of that
the
body.
before and after.
Yeah. It was
wow.
all like in my plan subconsciously
Yeah. That's so cool.
that I was going to be skinny. Right, Jay? Thanks for all the help.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I was making this fat video for when you're skinny.
Yes.
So, and that's why I couldn't bring the show back for so long, because I've been waiting. But now I guess you're skinny. We're ready to do it. So.
That's so cool, Jay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm happy for you. As I always say, Bob, you used to be a fat piece of shit, and now you're just a piece of shit. So.
I love it.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jay.
Thank you.
Bye.
It's Happiness is the name of his monthly. I think it's the first Monday of every month he does.
It's happiness, it's called?
It's called Happiness.
That's
Jay
cool.
Miller's Happiness, because he's so unhappy, is really what it is. But yeah, so we got to talk to an Impractical Joker producer.
That is so cool, guys. So, Impractical Jokers. I love that show.
Yeah, I think he had a job with them for 3 years, and now I don't know. He's just happy doing his own thing.
But, so, you know, what he said makes sense. If you weren't who you were before, even me, if I wasn't so sick before, if I wasn't on drugs before, I wouldn't be here today, right? And you wouldn't be here today inspiring others and trying to help others.
Yeah,
You know, we
That-
have to use all that for the better.
that's it.
I
And
don't
that's
regret any of it.
exactly. I'm doing what Dan did for me. I mean, I watching that video changed my life, and now I just feel like I need to give back because of what happened to me. Like, I just constantly need to. It just, somebody left me a message on my YouTube today saying that you're like the force in the vegan movement. Everything you're doing is inspiration. Thank you so much. And I'm like, that's awesome, man. That keeps me
So good.
going.
It does.
Here I am driving to a show. I'm about to talk about what I've done. Everything makes sense. Like, and all we gotta do is get one person. That's what I tell myself every single time I do something. If I
Yeah.
catch that one person is gonna feed others.
Yep.
And then eventually, when we get to the 10% mark, the whole system's going to fall. And it's going to happen in our lifetime. I promise you. Get ready for the
I hope
system.
so.
Get ready. The Game Changer, do you see this new documentary that's coming out? Never mind What the Health. If you haven't seen What the Health, definitely watch
it.
that documentary. That's
Right. I
my-
love them all. I love them all.
By the way, I woke up this morning. I Snapchatted it. As soon as I woke up, my son was playing on his iPad. I said, Bobby, you're going to sit with me and we're going to watch What the Health. He watched the whole thing. Fell in love with it at the end because they start talking about how sports has changed too. How everybody's starting to go into the vegan because of their healing. Their healing is faster. So if they hurt their ankle, their knee, something, their ways to get back on the field is not eating meat and dairy. So that was an eye opener for him because he's into sports. So he's talking, he knows about endurance, So you're getting more endurance from a plant-based lifestyle. So it's changing sports. So there's this new documentary called The Game Changer. What's his name from the Titanic? Kirk Cameron. Is that his name? Cameron?
Kirk Cameron?
Is that his name? Cameron, the director of Titanic?
No.
Something Kurt.
Oh yeah. Shoot, I forgot.
Something Cameron.
It's not Cameron. It's not. No, it's not Kirk Cameron. I know.
Who is it? By the way, so that's a big Hollywood guy, and he's making this documentary called Game Changer, and it's basically like what the hell. It's showing how amazing you could be in a vegan world.
Listen, honey.
The whole plant-based, no cancer, no diabetes,
right.
No heart disease, instant.
So let's talk about diabetes real quick. So, Dr. Joel Fuhrman, he's a good friend of mine for over 20 years. He was also a guest on my show. He's written many books. Okay, my dad had diabetes for a very long time because of the American standard diet. Okay, my dad was the only one out of all of his siblings that the majority of his food, we always had homemade healthy food, but then he also incorporated the American diet. His siblings that came right off the boat as well, they never had fast food. They never did any of that. They're still alive in their 90s. Okay, it's amazing. My dad had diabetes, was shooting insulin for over 20 years, went into an insulin coma in front of me about 20 years ago at least, and rushed him to the hospital. We had no choice. They had to put Cairo syrup in his veins to bring him back. Well, he didn't know it, but when I picked him up from the hospital 2 days later, I was bringing him to Dr. Joel Fuhrman. Dr. Joel Fuhrman said to my dad, Geri, I could cure you of your diabetes in less than 2 weeks. Are you in? You almost died. He looked at me, the vegan, right? And he said, I said, Dad, I'll cook for you. He said, I'm in. My father was shooting insulin, guys, hear me out, for over 20 years. My dad was off of insulin, all meds, everything in less than 2 weeks. He's in Dr. Joel Fuhrman's book, Eat to Live.
Amazing.
My father, Gerardo Petito. Unfortunately, what we didn't know back then was that there is a huge connection between diabetes and Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is actually diabetes of the brain. And I did everything in my power to learn and figure out. I couldn't help my dad at that point. It was too late. I had to know, was it the diabetes that caused the Alzheimer's, or was it the meds?
Synthetic insulin being pumped into him.
100%.
And who knows how they preserve that
There you
insulin.
go. Insulin causes Alzheimer's, guys. So I'm begging you, please listen to what we're saying.
Yeah, if you're type 2, I mean,
Listen to
it is
what
a
we're saying.
no-brainer. You heal yourself instantly with type
That's
2.
right.
I definitely I had a sugar issue because
Okay.
I couldn't feel my feet. I drove for a living. I drove like a hotshot lawyer back and forth for a long time. And I couldn't even drive anymore because my feet were falling asleep. And I knew like the blood was, I knew it. Everything that was happening to me was happening fast. I was going downhill. Jay Miller's Happiness. I hear
What's
it.
happening? Why did that just happen?
Maybe it's on delay.
It's, Bobby, it's James Cameron.
There
James
it is.
Cameron.
James Cameron. Yes.
James Cameron. Yes, that movie is going to be a game changer. And the name of it is a game changer. And I think it's going to open up more eyes than ever because Cameron's such a big powerhouse in Hollywood.
I hope so, baby.
So, the more people see this, like my son, like just that's what it's going to happen. I'm telling you. As soon as you hit the 10% mark, it's all going to come tumbling down. And we're all going to start really just enough with the BS. I mean, if you think that a doctor's going to heal you, and you don't think that hospitals and all these places are businesses, that's what you have to get in your mind, that it's a business. You're going to a business. Of course, they're going to sell you medication. That's their job, is to make money.
about doctors and nurses. Let's talk about that for 1 minute, because I have a lot of doctors and nurses in my family. And
Me too. Friends, and family.
We love them. We love them. But their hands are tied as well.
They're tied.
So their hands are tied as well.
There's nothing they could do. This is what they were taught.
That's right.
So you have to look even deeper. So just
wait. I got to tell you who's watching. Wes Reiser is watching. Wes is my friend that I told you that I purposely put that other post on, who loves GMOs. He's a scientist, but here's what I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I have a scientist friend that we get into it all the time.
But I think Wes's wife loves a lot of organic stuff too, I believe. We have a lot of fun communicating, Wes and I, and he's actually watching. What would you like to say to Wes Reiser out there right now?
The scientist? That what you taught was total BS.
Uh-oh.
Right? And
Wes, call in.
Wes,
have it out with him.
Yeah, because let me tell you, I talked to my scientist friend too, always in the lab, blah, blah, giving me crap about everything that I eat and do. And she always has like a dig on me. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, no. Look, I am like living proof of what happened to me. Me too. We are walking around proof that plants can change your life.
Wes Reiser, call in. Gino, tell them the number, please.
So, yeah, I mean, because even if you're a scientist, even if you're anybody, even if you're a doctor, you still have all that practice in BS.
Wait, give him the number.
Because guys, the number is 609-807-2492. That's 609-807-2492.
Wes, please call in and say hello. Listen, you and I don't have to argue. I'll let you argue with this guy.
No, we don't have to argue at all. But I know that everything I was taught about nutrition is wrong and was business based. The triangle, everything. Who like if when you watch What the Health, they really give you a breakdown of what really is going on. The American Cancer Society. They're all Tyson and chicken and beef and milk and dairy, and all these companies are feeding these corporations money. Yes. Of course they're going to blind eye everything. Everything's a mess. But I'm telling you, once we hit the 10%, the whole system's going to fall. Everything's going to change.
I hope so, baby. I would love to see that.
It's going to happen. We're going to definitely see in our lifetime. If I'm here sitting with you after 2 years ago, this would have never happened. 2 years ago, I was a fat, cookie-eating monster who knew about it.
Tell Wes how much you weighed in case he just tuned in.
I was 325 pounds, and I was about to die. And I watched all my friends, too, eat through their surgeries.
And you watched your brother die.
My friends. I watched my brother die of cancer, and I watched my friends eat through their surgeries because, after they chop your stomach in half, of course you can't eat. But believe it or not, that stomach grows back. It just loves to be filled up. So if they don't teach you, and who's teaching you nutrition when you get your stomach cut in half, right? They're still telling you that meat's okay and dairy's okay. It's all BS. Once you realize that God's food is the cure, God created the apple. No scientist can create what the apple is and what the amount of amino acids and nutrition that's in an apple. I think there's like 500 things. No scientist can create an apple. Only God created that.
Wow.
That's where that saying comes from, Bob,
an apple a day.
Our grandparents knew. Listen, I always laugh at that. There was no Google. There was no info. There was nothing for them back then. My grandmother grew up on a farm in Italy. She died at 100 years old about 15 years ago. Think about their lives, right? No one had to tell them. They grew their own food. Everything they ate was grown, right? Okay. They knew, starve a fever, feed a cold. To me, that's a sign of fasting. They knew, okay? They knew everything. They would tell us, go with your gut instinct.
Yeah.
Listen to your gut. They would say that. They knew so much. Who told them? Where did it come from? Think about that.
Yeah.
Right?
And we've come so far from that.
We have.
Like, we trust a lab coat.
Yep.
And as we pull away from that, because I'm telling you, my sister is a manager at CVS, and she says the line is getting longer and longer and scarier and scarier.
It is scary.
The people that are coming in there for 17 different medications, they're just and they're obese. It's so simple. You just want to take them and just start giving them plants. Like, I could instantly change all these people's lives overnight. So that's why I'm just getting it out there. One person. Because eventually it's all going to change. Because that's it. I'm living proof of it. You're living proof of it, and it's gonna happen. I told my sister on the way here, because she's watching the kids because they're all from school today. I was I'm doing the Geri Petito today. I'm changing the world. I'm going out there to inspire one person.
I love you. So Tiana Speaks is listening in, and I love her, and she's awesome. And she says, Wes, if you're still listening, she says she read our posts and all the nonsense going back and forth, and she said she saw someone say, I love GMOs, and that was Martin, and she thought it was sarcasm. It was sarcasm, Tiana, but he really means it. We're all friends, me, Wes, and Martin. We love each other.
Now, Bobby, is there any, and then Geri probably can answer this question too. I get a couple questions. One of the questions is there any healthy snack foods that are vegan?
We have different views with that.
Right. Well, that's
no. That's the thing. Like, they're all yes.
They figure if they eat this lifestyle, they got to give up all their snacks.
Yes. Well,
popcorn. That's
the greatest thing about even being raw. Like, even when you take it to the next level, there is tons of alternatives. Every single thing that you love right now, candy wise or whatever, chip wise, you could do it through plant-based, even raw.
There's amazing raw bars out. They're all raw.
Oh, yeah.
They're amazing.
There's tons of stuff out there.
So good.
But it's just really preparation.
Wes,
it's really
call in. I haven't heard your voice in a very long time. Imagine calling in to the Geri Petito show. Wes, come on, baby. He's saying he loves GMOs. One of man's greatest food advancements. Call in and tell us why, because I already know we've had this conversation. Call in, you chicken.
I mean, I think that's funny because from what I know, the history of GMO is they have to keep putting the crap in there because the soil is so bad. So, by the way, if you were going to have an organic farm and that person had a genetically modified farm, I think you have to wait 5 years.
At least, no, 7.
Is it 7 years?
7 years
before you could even touch the ground.
But I'm going to tell you why Wes is saying that, because Wes and I have had this conversation. What is he saying now?
Because like the seeds don't
You're multitasking.
regrow. Like the
Young man, I'm giving you an order. Call in. Even Tiana Speaks wants you to call in. Tell him, girlfriend. Tell him.
Organic farms, right?
So wait,
as far as I know.
Let me tell you something about GMOs. The original plan, Wes, and in case I'm wrong, you're going to have to call in and tell me why.
Yeah.
The original plan of GMOs was to make sure there's enough of food at all times to feed everyone so no one goes hungry. That's what I believe was the original plan. In my heart of hearts, if they could achieve that, I would love that. If they could achieve it in a healthier way, I would love it even more.
See, that rabbit hole is real deep.
That rabbit hole is real deep.
Because this earth is plentiful. We should all be millionaires, and
that rabbit hole is very deep.
Like as soon as we stop killing animals, and I don't know if that'll ever happen. That's definitely going to happen, not in our lifetime. But that's peace on earth. I mean, when that happens. Even what they're doing
with poor bees, they want to make mechanical bees. Do you know what'll happen if we don't have bees? It's getting so deep.
It's
so deep.
That's when it, when we start talking about like GMOs and animals and like because here's the problem: you have to keep seeding that land. With organic farms, the plant grows back. With genetically modified farms, you have to reseed.
That's Wes, I bet. Let's take it. Here we go. Hello.
Hi there.
Hi, who's this? This isn't Wes.
So, this is Tiana.
Hey, Tiana, how are you, sweetheart?
Tiana, how you doing?
How are you? I think I'm a little bit behind on the video. I'm not sure. I'm watching.
I don't think you're ever behind. The subjects keep switching our ADDs. Madness here.
Yeah.
How
Well,
are
I
you,
fit right in with
girlfriend?
that. I was thinking about what you were saying about the pharmacy lines getting longer. Just think a long time ago, we didn't have drive-thrus either for the pharmacies.
Oh
so
my
it's
God.
like, it make it convenient as well.
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
you just-
There are drive-through.
Yeah.
All the pharmacies have become drive-throughs. That's
Yes.
insane. So you don't even have to actually get out of the
Right.
car anymore and show
Access
your
is a lot
giantness.
easier. But why is that? Because there's more of a demand for more medication. You know, people are sicker than they used to be, you know. So I was thinking about that when you said that. I also was thinking, you know, when you watch TV from, let's say, the 70s or 60s, look at the people and their weight and things like that. Look at the people in the shows and what their weight is like, and compared to now when you watch TV and things like that. There's like a lot of us are overweight, including myself. You know, I was thinking about that as well as you were talking.
Yeah, it's so true. Like back in it, oh man, because everything was different. The food was different.
Yes,
The-
yes.
What the cows ate was
Yes.
different because
Yes.
it's becoming such a scary place when you think about all the people that are on medicine, because once you start that one pill, you're already lying to your body and
Right.
you're that pill, you're not supposed to take that pill. We're not supposed to.
Right.
Everything happens naturally. Pills aren't. Medicine is not going to heal anybody. Food heals. Hippocrates, right?
Yes.
What does he say?
That's
Let
right.
food be thy healer,
That's
or
right.
whatever.
Yep. God's
I mean-
pharmacy, the farm, FARM.
Yeah.
I
And-
remember being prescribed. I'm sorry, go ahead. You can go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Are you
I remember being
taking a pill?
prescribed Vioxx when I was 17 years old, and I had a knee injury from school. And something in my spirit just didn't feel right about that medication. I never took it, and it's even in my medical records that I was scared of the side effects. It was such a strong feeling. And then years later, it came out that it was so many people were dying from it. And then I felt
God.
so good that I decided not to take that medication.
Your
'Cause
intuition
who
was
knows what
right
happened
on.
to me.
That's sick. That's sick to even. I mean, look at the commercials today. What is
Yeah.
going on? I rarely watch TV. My wife's got me watching The Bachelor. Right?
Okay, there.
I
yay.
can't get enough of this stupid show. I watched the whole hour cringing. Right? So all the commercials, and I haven't been watching TV. It's been a long time, because even when I owned the business,
Yeah.
it was like TV didn't even. I didn't even have the time. I didn't have a minute to watch TV. But I used to watch all the time. But now I watch it, and every single commercial is a drug commercial, and all the side
Yes.
effects that come with it. And I'm like, how are people taking this, knowing that they have a shot of getting cancer or killing themselves?
Wait, I want to say something
Right.
about the side effects. This is really funny, and this is the truth. So, through my nutritional health coaching, I will talk to clients about doing things more alternative, more natural, right? And I'll subscribe things like niacin if they want to stop drinking or smoking, or, it'll get toxins out of their body, whatever. Whatever it is that I tell them, let's try this. This is what they say. Well, what are the side effects? Listen, I crack up laughing. I'm like, have you asked your doctor? They'll show me 10 medicines. They're on 10 medications. Have you worried about the thousands of side effects? Because each one probably has at least 100. Think about that. They don't ask their
Right.
doctors that. They don't ever say, well, you're giving me these 3 meds. What are the side effects? Because I have the white coat syndrome. I'm going to trust the doctor. But if you
Right.
tell them to do something natural right away, well, wait a minute. What are there any side effects to that plant-based vitamin?
I never
Right?
thought about
Yep.
that, because people do the same
It's the
thing to
truth.
me, because I have a lot of herbs in my house, and I try to, the only time I will ever take medicine, I have to be in like pain where, because I told you I've been in pain for
Yeah.
16 years, but I refuse to take anything that's not natural. So when I tell people about if they have symptoms of something, that is the same thing that happens to me, but I never really thought about it until you just said it. What is the symptoms, like what's going to happen, But
With-
I think traditional wisdom teaches us, if you don't have an education, don't trust this person,
Yeah.
with certain things,
Tiana.
Why are you in pain?
Okay,
With
this is where I'm going with this. Tiana's a friend of mine, okay?
Yeah.
She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. And she's going to tell you, we have about 10 minutes left here. I want you to talk to him. She's going to tell you her issues, and she's overweight, and I know you can help her. So why don't you share with him your issues? Because tell her again how much weight you lost and what you cured on you. Tell her.
Oh, I was 325 pounds. I lost 150 pounds, and it was strictly plants
And how do you feel
saved me.
now, though?
Like a kid again.
Tell her. All right, now tell him your issues.
I'm 15 again.
Yes.
And I'm 45.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And I hope and my plan is to feel this way until the Lord takes me. that's
Yes.
But what is going on with you? Why are you 15 years of pain? We could cure that right now, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wes,
no,
wait
I'm
1 second,
100%
Tiana.
sure of that.
Tiana, 1 second. Wes, I'm going to answer your question real quick about natural, and then we're going to let Tiana finish speaking. So you're right. What defines natural? Because when people say to me, this is natural or that's natural, I don't really buy it. If you grow it from the ground without GMOs to alter that plant, to me that's natural. And I know what Wes is going to say. Everything's been altered. GMOs have been around forever, and we don't even know it. I already know you. I love you. All right, Tiana, tell him.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got in a car accident in 2002 when I hit a tree, about 40 miles per hour, and I was lucky to come out of that. I also have been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I have herniated discs and neuropathy as well. So that's the main things where my pain comes from.
Oh, okay. So wait, because fibromyalgia. This is an easy one.
Talk to her.
It's probably horrible to live with, but one thing, there's these kids. I love it. Use YouTube as almost like a church, like what happened with me. I started using it as like every single time I have like a second doubt about something, I would put on my favorite channel. There's these kids called the Healthy Alternative right now, and they're changing people's lives with water fasting. And one of them is that and disc regeneration and fibromyalgia. What is it called? Yeah. Fibromyalgia. That it is totally curable with water fasting. So what the Healthy Alternative, YouTube search that. These kids are completely changing people's lives through water fasting, and that's actually more. It's harder than juice fasting, because juice fasting is a lot easier today in today's world, because you still could get things done. Like if you have a job and you have to go to work, you just drink some juice and you're off and running. Like
Not
with
water
the
fast.
water, you want to give yourself a little time to heal.
With water fast, a real water fast, you want to stay
You want to
home.
sit
Believe me
back
when I
and
tell you.
relax, and
Yes.
the juicing you could actually still have a normal day. And once that body stops digesting food, constantly digesting food, it's gonna all those millions of soldiers that every single time you put something foreign in your mouth, you're sending all those soldiers in there to help push that through the tube. So when you stop doing that, when you stop digesting food and you're just giving yourself like juice IV, because as soon as you drink juice, it immediately goes into your bloodstream. As soon as you stop digesting all that food, all those billions of workers that were helping you digest food, start working on those things. Start working on your disc. They all are bored now. They're like, oh my God, she's not digesting anymore. Let's go fix other things.
It's true what he's saying. It's true
Yeah,
what
like
he's saying.
all those soldiers, you have billions and billions and trillions of cells in there that are constantly waiting for your food.
Renewing your body.
Renewing your body, trying to like keep up with the food that you put it in. As soon as that stops happening, they go on vacation, but not really. They want to work. So if you're not giving them things to do, they'll go work on other things. Your dry skin will clear up. Your wrinkles will go away. You'll be jumping up out of bed. You'll start dusting under the couch for no reason. Watch the amount of energy that you have. It is overnight. It is life-changing overnight shit. And all your issues, whatever you have, if you hurt your back, you hurt your knee, you have what is that? Arthritis, like all that goes away. Goes away instantly.
So Tiana.
Right. Yeah.
So I have a question for you, sweetheart. So are you willing to make severe changes?
Yeah, actually I am.
Are you ready? Yeah, that's the
ready?
thing. Like, are you ready? Like, you got to get pumped up and say F.
Yes, I am.
Like, and break free of the handcuffs, because you're probably like me. Years ago, I was duped. I was thinking that the doctors knew what they were saying. My parents knew what they're saying. Everybody knows what they're saying, but nobody knows nothing. I didn't. It took a lot to. I was like, oh my God, I've been lied to by everybody. It's not their fault, because they're only taught what the man wants to.
So,
the man is up there trying to teach everybody. The devil.
So we're coming to the close of the show. Tiana, before I let you go, I want to share this with you real quick. If you can start tomorrow, okay? Start tomorrow. Do all raws, not juicing. You don't even have to juice anything. All raws, big salads.
Juices, smoothies, salads.
Yeah, do that.
Just
You
start
can
that.
Do it for 1 week. Get in touch with both of us on Facebook, and then we'll guide you to another level. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I love healthy foods anyway, so it's not a problem for me.
So
I don't
let's
even
try
really
it.
That's
try
awesome.
All
foods
right,
or
sweetie.
anything.
Thank
So
you.
it's easy.
Okay. Let us know in a week what you've done, okay?
No problem.
All right. Thank you, girlfriend.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, bye.
All right, so
Bye-bye.
we're coming to the close of the show, guys. I'm Geri Petito, author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'm also a nutritional health coach. If you want any advice with anything, addiction, health, get in touch with me.
Yeah, and we're free.
Get in
We'll
touch.
answer all your questions
That's
for
right.
no money, man.
Get in touch with this amazing guy.
Raw Food City on YouTube. I'm on my 16th day without eating right now, as we speak, and I've been posting pretty much every day on how I feel, going through the motions. I'm doing 100 days, no food. So I'm proving to everybody that you do not need to eat. And you could really... I'm trying to jump off the camera onto people.
There you go.
I'm trying to just really just give you that inspiration. So if you want to get inspired, watch my Raw Food City YouTube channel, and I'm
Give them your full name.
I'm celebrating 200 subs. I haven't had that with YouTube. That's fun for me. I think once you hit 1,000, you could actually start getting paid. But I'm close. So subscribe and like and
tell
get
them
inspired.
Both your names though. You have two names.
Oh, at Bobby BUNZ. Bobby BUNZ was my fat alter ego.
Love it.
I grew up as Buns. I never had a waist, so one day I was bending over, and my friends from Europe were like, "Bobby BUNZ," and that just locked in forever. I think I was like 15 at the time.
Great.
Yeah, my ass was always out. I had the plumber ass always out because I had no waist. My stomach was over my pants. I never had my pants pulled up. So that's where Bobby BUNZ came in, and I've been called that my whole life. I swore to myself when I was gonna go under 200 pounds that I would be called Robert.
No.
Yeah. I was like, one day I'm gonna be Rob, right?
I like Bobby BUNZ.
Yeah. No, Bobby BUNZ is great. I still use it. Bobby BUNZ is me.
Robert Parker also.
Rob, yeah. Rob. How you doing? I'm Rob. I still can't even imagine it. So I have Raw Food City on Facebook and YouTube, and Bobby BUNZ, and I have a bunch of comedy stuff out there too, I've done it in Practical Jokers and mid evenings, and a lot of fat videos. We had Jay Miller on the show today. That was fun, and he was the mid evenings guy. He was the main guy, and all those fat videos. I subconsciously knew I was going to be a skinny guy, and we were going to do 1,000 before and after videos and photos, and so all those fat things that I did, fat funny things, I knew deep down inside there was going to be a skinny guy.
So guys, what an amazing show tonight. I just want to say this. We're really serious here about helping you guys. If anybody has any health issues, please get in touch with us. On my Facebook, Geri Petito, Robert Parker, Bobby BUNZ, Raw Food City. Please get in touch with us. We're here to help. We're here to inspire, and that's really what we want to do.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Yeah, and just get inspired. Watch the video because, you know, I'm 16 days. Just jump on with me. I'm doing 100 days. So even if you want to do a week, jump on with me. Watch the videos. Ask me questions. I'm there for you.
And there it is.
Free.
And with that, thank you everybody for watching and listening and calling in.
Have a beautiful night.